Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Drewlik and we're doing PvP. So today, bringing to you a nice little, fun, innovative Ordnance Mercenary game. I haven't had one of these in quite a bit, so this is coming back to you once again. And just to preface this is not the highest level of play. This is one of these good morning games where just everything is, mushed together in, whatever is online. Just get right into the game and, come here. And as a result of that, of course, not the highest standards of play is accomplished in such games. Now, so this is just for entertainment, and I'm not showing you the best new tricks that can be, done. As I like to do sometimes on some classes, but this is just, I don't know, fairly as a short update video because I hadn't had anything else recorded. So you get this, and of course, building up incredibly low expectations for all of the viewers is of course a fun game, otherwise I would not show it to you. So, starting off, I'm trying to burst this scoundrel right here, as nobody came into the middle emplacement. Now, as I am bursting him, I'm like, where is my proc? Where did the proc? And I'm like, yeah, I forgot I was in the wrong cylinder. So that was kind of bad. It was actually incredibly bad, but of course, we still burst the scoundrel right here, who does not use evasion until his very end right there. I don't know, I was healing before that, and thusly I did not get any procs, so that was kind of bad of me, but you're just gonna deal with that. Sometimes I'm bad too. So you can see the scoundrel over here rolling and kind of trying to be all defensive and fancy over here, but he just dies. So put an easy end to that one. Now this Vanguard actually does a quite good job at 32k HP. He's either full geared or has some endurance gear. Either way, he, we've seen him before, he can play quite well, and he's doing a very good job right here. Against 3 people, of course, is not enough. I tried to off-heal the guy who was, right before dying, but I decided against that and just killed the guy and tapped the emplacement, because I'm like, yeah, no, not going to happen today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, random guy who died. Calling you out right now. Madara, sorry for failing you. Sorry, I could have helped you, but I did not. Now, the thing is, they did not contest the middle emplacement, and that is purely due to them not being 8 players, and some of them just deciding against, suiciding into middle, and they just tried to get the outer emplacement, which they actually were successful in doing, so they did get the outer emplacements, but we, as you could just see, handily won that emplacement back. Now, of course, having a player deficiency is kind of bad, but also the type of players that the enemies had. You can see this scoundrel right here, who, as I don't know if I recall it correctly, has not once used evasion. That is kind of bad, especially when you're playing a healer. You should always use your defensive capabilities, because, the longer you survive, the longer you can heal. That is fairly obvious, so, maybe I could, get a new category of tips going, where I say fairly obvious tips, like stay alive as a healer. That is a very basic and good tip. Now, the other thing is that this node, as some people call it node, they're very fancy. So this node got capped again. So this is again a very nice quick tip I can give you right here. Don't let enemies do that. Don't let them cap these nodes. And if you see enemies, who are inbound to your emplacement, then, call the ink. That's also very basic. I perhaps should stop with these things, because I'm being quite facetious. I can't even talk. Being quite facetious with these tips, quite sarcastic, and of course, I'm not that mean-spirited in real life. People who know me know I'm not that mean-spirited. I have the occasional rage going. But in general, if someone does a mistake and he's not incredibly retarded, as I like to put it, then he is, of course, forgiven for not being, the most invested player, as you could kindly put it. Well, speaking of not being the most invested player, I am, trying to intercept said players right here. So we have a Guardian right here, who I'm trying to net, but I cannot quite do that feat before he gets his jump off over here, so I'm kind of, having a delayed burst right here. The plan was to surprise him so that he couldn't do anything and he couldn't actually switch over there, but he did get his share of damage off, so that one is on me. Now, as you can see right here, that power tech once more is doing a very good job, as I am just kiting over here, getting the blind off, or the incapacitate, whatever that is. And this guy using, of course, his defensive stuff right here, as I am kiting back the scoundrel. I would generally win that one-on-one because I've got the quota overload right now. Do believe me, I do win. I would win this, but of course, the help of that juggernaut right there, annihilates every effort I'm putting into this, as I'm, funnily enough, kiting them around for quite a long time, but I do die in the end. So I'm quite confident that I would have been able to kill that second guy right there, had it not been for the incredible damage that the Juggernaut can put out with a single dispatch. Please nerf. Actually, don't nerf. I don't know. I kind of get worked up about things like Juggernauts, because they have this stupid amount of damage just randomly encountering you. But on the other hand, they get kited all the time, so can't really call for a nerf on that one. This guy gets, blasted, and that's basically it. Didn't narrate that in any form because it was just sad. I didn't even use everything on him. I just randomly bursted and critted him away right there with a flick of the wrist. Nothing too special right there. Now, of course, on that side, as we are holding 2 emplacements, as we should do because that is the winning condition, I am just reinforcing this guy. Again, the same guy who has not used it. Oh, this is an evasion. He did use it, actually, which is, of course, futile because attack damage gets through evasion, and he's dead anyway. But he tried. He tried. This time he did try. So I'm, this time I'm more carefully preparing for my burst right here. Of course, I completely fail it through not using the first mag shot through some weird reasons, basically because I'm bad. And, I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of silently accepting his defeat right there. He didn't do anything special right there. Died anyway. I feel kind of dirty about that one because I completely botched up my my burst combination and still killed him because he was just utterly incapable of doing anything. So I don't know, not the best example of things to do. But such is the way of things sometimes. I haven't been in too much practice with this character lately. Making up terrible amounts of excuses, aren't I? So we have we have a Juggernaut once more, but yeah. Before healing himself, he just died once more. This is the kind of level of play I was talking about. That is not too good, not too representative of an interesting game, because everything that's basically happening is just seeing a guy and killing a guy. This is the basic rotation of this game. Now, if you are observant, you can already see that we are 380 to 130, so this is a safe win by all means, unless they have a miraculous recovery by tapping all 3 emplacements for an extended period of time, which is not going to happen, as I can assure you, as once more this guy just gets critted away. We have the Vanguard once more, who is a very good player. Second shout out to you. If you have this level of badness in your game, the good play becomes even more apparent. So this is, I believe the first time I've made a double shout out. Now, I was trying to scan him right there, but I got sleep darted before I could do that, and I'm like, I am not gonna let this aggression stand. So I randomly scan over here. Didn't find him, but he tries to take his chances with me. So I'm going to net him. Going to, of course, use the anti-slow right here. He uses a very good evasion right here, so he does not take any of that damage. I, of course, kick him away from the health relic. He, of course, sees himself outmatched through this type of aggression I just put onto him. But I know, of course, where he is. and scan him. Of course, the damage from the thermal detonator helped as well. But once more, Hero Guardian comes in, to his rescue, and I'm like, this is how fast tides can turn. So I'm just trying to get away from this situation. I really am not interested in any of this, so I'm just heading over here, dropping very low, using my my things right here, getting a triple, quadruple, quintental resist into myself right there through using the chaff flare. Very nice addition to my kit that I'm now actually using it. I've covered that in the previous video. And I do make for a convincing escape.
And there is only one thing we say to death. Not today.
So the power of randomly resisting with 30% resist chance have made that possible. So thank you, RNGesus, the god of the random numbers. Thank you for resisting 5 times in a row and enabling my survival. So this has been the end of that game. Yeah, not too interesting, but a fun game nonetheless. As you can see, enemies not too many. This is not how a general game should look like. Generally, you should have 8 players on both sides. So sorry for bringing you one of these games, but My name is Drewlik. You've been watching PvP, and as always, have a good one.